Showcase Beautiful in Pelham's Ballantree. Colleen and David Black, Keller Williams Realty, 356-5412. Call on Colleen.
I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. Monday, the 31st day of August, we are getting set for the arrival of meteorological fall tomorrow, the 1st of September. It's a pretty decent day today, lower humidity, a pretty decent amount of sunshine. Let's go right to some of the Skycam shots around the network. First off, from Decatur, that's the Tennessee River on a sunny late August day. Tuscaloosa, looking east from the top of the Tuscaloosa County Courthouse. A few fair weather cumulus clouds there. And from Demopolis, pretty much the same sky. That's down in Marengo County, looking right down the Tombigbee River. Water vapor satellite shot. You can see the drier air over much of Alabama. The old front is down to the south, and we note that really some moisture from the hurricane over in the eastern Pacific. Jimena is beginning to cross Mexico and stream over into the Gulf. That's, up above 20,000 feet. And also some convection in the Gulf of Mexico, but nothing organized. Temperatures this afternoon, numbers looking good. That's way below average for a late August. Highs or temperatures at 2 o'clock, upper 70s and low 80s. Birmingham at 81. Only 78 up in Coleman. Expected rain for the next 5 days. This is suggesting maybe 1/2 inch up on the Tennessee border and barely enough to measure for places like Montgomery and Auburn and Demopolis and Selma. And how about 21 inches of rain? 21.4 to be exact, over the Gulf of California. Are you kidding me? That's from the hurricane out there, Jimena, that should kind of stall out around there. That's what you call a flood. Speaking of tropics, there's a look at the Atlantic Basin. We've still got the high risk of development in the wave east of the Leeward Islands. Things still looks pretty good to us. So far, the guys at the Hurricane Center believe that the low-level circulation is not very tight, not very organized, but I think this becomes Tropical Storm Erica sooner than later. And again, the modeling is kind of slow with this thing. It takes it within 5 days to a point just north of Hispaniola. And again, with the steering currents collapsing out there, it remains to be seen if this is going to take the turn and recurve into the Atlantic or keep on coming toward the South Atlantic coast or maybe Florida. Just don't know yet. In terms of the intensity, got one model now ramping it up to a Category 2 hurricane, most of them bringing up to either a strong tropical storm or a Category 1 hurricane in 5 days. But again, it's going to be a slow mover, plenty of time to watch that. Here's a look at our Pacific storm, Jimena. Big storm south of Baja California. That thing's packing sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. Goodness gracious. Here's the track. Comes right up toward Baja. The latest guidance has it coming in on the western coast of the peninsula at daybreak Wednesday. As a Category 3, perhaps hurricane, then weakening and slowing down and producing maybe some life-threatening mudslides and flooding up in the central peninsula, and maybe some of the moisture ultimately working up towards San Diego, Los Angeles, and Phoenix late this weekend or early next week. Look at modeling. This is the 12Z GFS. This is 1 o'clock tomorrow. Upper air winds beginning to lighten up a little bit. Down below that, we've got some moisture trying to creep in from the east. Note the deal. You got high pressure to the north, low pressure to the south, and an easterly flow here, kind of a wedge type thing, if you will. And sometimes in those easterly patterns with that moisture off to the east, you can see a few isolated showers, and we will mention that in the forecast. Don't think it rains a lot, but it might be kind of a cloudy-ish day, maybe cooler than what the models are suggesting with a little bit of light rain in spots. Wednesday, suggesting dry weather for the northern counties, maybe a shower down south. Again, no big deal if it happens. Thursday, much of the state looking dry, the deeper moisture off to the east. And Friday, the same deal. Some hint maybe of enough moisture for a shower over the far eastern side of the state. So, for the next 4 or 5 days, a mix of sun and clouds, and there could be a little shower in spots, but don't think it rains a lot. In fact, most places won't get wet. There's Saturday starting off the weekend, looks relatively dry. In Sunday, same deal. Moisture to the east, west, and south, but not much here. So a fairly benign pattern for the next 6 days or so. And a week from today, Monday of next week, upper air winds, relatively light. Bigger trough developing over the northwest. Down below that, same deal. Just maybe enough moisture for isolated showers. Mid-month, 16th of September, pretty good-looking trough over the northeast, ridging out west, and down below that, once again, looks pretty quiet and still on the GFS, at least, on that global model. No sign of any Gulf of Mexico tropical action for the next 15 to 16 days. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.